question, so you should be able to record now.
Yeah, it's
All
recording.
right,
All right.
great. So welcome aboard, everyone. It's me, male Lee and female Lee here again at Harmonic Relationships.
Hello, hello.
Hello, everyone. We are here to discuss a very juicy topic today, and it's on loving detachment.
Not just on loving detachment, but also knowing the
No, no. So it's like,
difference.
so what I'm trying to I'm not trying to say for someone to be loving of detachment. I'm trying to say a different type of detachment that is loving.
Of course, that too, but also like to um, know the difference between, the detachment and attachment and what does it do into
Yes, the
relationships.
difference between detachment and attachment. That's very important.
Right.
And why it's more important to be detached than attached, and why attachment can spiral you out of control so quickly.
So,
Hmm.
Lee, you're the king of that. So, how about you tell the audience the difference between detachment and attachment, and what can it do to how does it affect in the relationship?
Okay, so check this out, guys. Basically, thanks for putting me in the answering position. You positioned me well. So basically, attachment. So really quickly, very quickly, like attachment and detachment, right? When you get a car and you crash it, if you're too attached to that car, you're gonna be depressed for the next 4 months. But if you're properly detached to that car, towards that car, after you crash that car, you'll think about all the good times you had for it, with it. You'll be thankful that you had that car, and you'll realize the learning lessons from that situation. And all of those things will be able to be accomplished if you're detached. And that will help you not be depressed and have like very low energy and be in a shitty mood for like the next few weeks or a month or 2 months. If one is able to be like properly detached, one will be able to learn the lesson, one will be able to be thankful for what they had and the good times they had with it, and one will be able to just be accept that it happened. When one is too attached, people become delusional. When people are attached, they go through the 7 stages of grief. And one moment, Lee, I'm just gonna put that up really quickly. But basically, when you lose something you're attached to, you literally you go into the 7 stages of grief. So basically, these can happen in a different stage. Some of these stages are interchangeable, but basically, they work like this. When you lose something you're attached to, the first thing that technically happens is you're in shock and denial. This is a state of disbelief and numb feelings. The second stage you get into is pain and guilt. Third stage is anger and bargaining. The fourth stage is depression. The fifth stage is the upward turn. The sixth stage is reconstruction and working through. And then the seventh stage is acceptance and hope. The thing is those last three great steps, the upward turn, the reconstruction and working through, the acceptance and hope, you don't get those delicious juicy steps unless you become properly detached. And that's what the depression stage is for. It's there to help you detach and cool down from whatever you were attached to and be sad about it, so you can process how you loved that thing and you lost it. And then after processing it in while you're depressed, because you're depressed about it, you'll also detach from it a little bit because you're just cooler emotionally. You're not on fire. Notice how you're on fire in those first stages: shock and denial, fire; pain and guilt, fire; anger and bargaining, fire. But then depression is finally cool. And you'll notice right after depression is the upward turn, right? That's because from the depression, you gain that coolness and you cool off, and then you can finally gain that distance and that clarity from towards that situation and be properly detached. Which is why I do say depression is more mature than anger, but anger is a little bit more authentic and honest than depression. But depression can be just as authentic and honest, but I've noticed anger is a little bit more authentic. I'm not quite sure why, it just is.
It's very interesting. That's really interesting. And like for like just like what Lee said, it's really, really, really very important to not be so attached. And my reason for it is because if you um, have this attachment to someone that you care about, um, it can lead into very various of things. One of them to, like, say if for instance there have been a couple times where I have been saying to Lee that I've been bored, and I can't, you don't want to use that individual that you say you're in love with or that you love so dearly to your heart um, as entertainment. You don't want to do that.
Because here's the thing, like really quickly, Lee, I want to branch off that, right, and move off that. You just calling me literally because you're bored, and then that's the first thing you say, I'm bored.
Right,
Like, or and that's not just you, that's tons of people, both
right,
men and women. I
right,
will say feminines are more guilty of this than men,
right.
because men are quite good at entertaining themselves usually. Um, like, so what I will say is, but like still, both men and women will do this. And I would say, like it happens. And basically, it's no different from a man just squeezing his feminine partner's titty whenever he wants to, without even asking. That's exactly what it's like when a feminine just tells a man she's bored, entertain me. It's the same, exact same shit as a man going up to a woman that he's in a relationship with and squeezing her titties whenever he wants to. Same shit. Exact same. There's nothing different about it. The core essence of the parasitic behavior is the same. The outward of it is the output of it is different. One is emotional, one is physical, right?
Right.
But the thing is the core parasitic ofness, the parasitosis, the parasiticness of it is still the same. One is a person is still incapable of uh, titillating themselves
Mm.
to a self-sufficient level, because the whole deal is, the whole goal is, all of us, like both, all parties in a relationship, either polyamorous or monogamous, all parties in a relationship have to be able to completely. Okay, so actually, Lee, we might have found discovered the fifth pillar in harmonic relationships:
Okay.
self-titillation.
Mm.
People must be able to self-titillate. That's what we just discovered today, Lee.
Okay.
We discovered that together. If people can't titillate themselves, they'll vampire, they'll parasite entertainment off of their partner.
Right. And which
If
is
they
not
don't know,
healthy at all.
that's not healthy at all. It's just the like, nah,
You
not
just have to
supposed to do that.
find something to do. Vampirizing and being a parasite towards your partner just for the heck of entertainment is not a way to go. It can get depressing for the
Yep,
individual,
yep,
and
very depressing and
they could be very angry.
energetically tough. It can be
Mhm.
energetically straining
Mhm.
to have to be that running man, to have to be that performer for your partner, because they use you as their squeaky toy.
And just like for instance, like this whole relationship should never be one-sided. Whatever you do with it, it's like
If
it
they are,
always
you
should.
need to leave.
Right. You need to leave.
You
If
leave
it's that's the case, you
immediately.
need to leave. It's always two-sided. Everything in life that you do is always two-sided, including relationships.
In
And
fact, I'll go even further than that, Lee. It's
okay.
three-sided. And here's why. It's me-sided, it's you-sided, and it's us-sided.
Right, that's true. That's true.
There's a third entity that becomes born between both of us, and it's the special connection that romantic partners share, and that's the us, that's the we.
Right.
and that's its own entity.
Right. So never put yourself in a situation or in a relationship where you feel like everything you do is always on you, or if it's one sided. If your partner is not taking the initiative to do what they're supposed to do in the relationship, please do yourself a favor and just leave. Don't
Just
stay.
leave. Don't stay. And here's the thing, guys. With all of the romantic experience I've ever had, what I've noticed is the people you hit it off right away with will be the keepers, which is why we date. Okay, guys? If you don't hit it off like this, move on. Don't waste your time. Okay? That's what a date is for. Because here's the thing. If you're comfortable in your own skin and the other person you're with on a date is comfortable in their own skin, it's going to show and you're going to have a beautiful, unforgettable time.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had very big privilege and honor of being with so many goddesses in my own romantic life and experience. So many goddesses have shared their heart with me and healed me on all these amazing coffee dates I've been able to go on and really share some perspective with some amazing, beautiful, wise woman. And it's crazy because like the thing is the people I hit it off with like lightning fire were the ones I stayed with. The ones that were like, I didn't keep asking them out for dates to see if we can make it work because that's a
Yeah,
waste of time.
you don't want to make it seem like you're desperate. So don't make it seem like you're desperate, because that is not the way to go. If you wanted to have a good proper date where you think that it's gonna be okay, or not even just okay, but just like good, just sit there and take the time to analyze this person or the
Yes.
individual.
Yes, both of
Always.
you should be yes, I'm not trying to steal the show.
No,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead, go
I'm
ahead.
just getting so excited that you said that. Both of you have to be psycho spiritually analyzing each other. You must analyze each other's spirit, each other's minds, and each other's hearts. You must feel out the person with your heart. You must analyze with your mind, and you must communicate them with your to them with your soul and spirit. All of your communication must come straight from your soul and your spirit and your heart. If your communication comes from your mind, it's gonna be bullshit. Trust me on this.
Right. And
You're not
do
gonna
it
get
with good
anywhere.
do it with good intentions as well.
Absolutely.
Don't do it with bad intentions. Bad intentions won't get you anywhere. It will actually set the person or persons off. So yeah.
Well,
um
actually, bad intentions do even more that other people are doing those bad intentions to them.
it's true.
So that's a really subtle factor that a lot of people don't think about.
Mm, okay.
Like, so be careful if you take that step with that bad intention, because as soon as you step, now that you are stuck in a dimension where everyone could take that step with you. So be careful, ladies and gentlemen, when you choose that one step to do that one bad intention,
Hmm.
you will pay for that karma. Mark my words, mark everybody's words. Karma is real. And we're seeing it now with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, and how Trump has every single, like over 90 names of like sex trafficking, pedophile, rapists, right? He has all the names. Like, karma happens. So don't think you can get away from it. It
Right.
took me 5 years to recover from cheating on my origin love. I cheated on her. I kissed another woman, and I had intentions of dating her while I dated Kana, my origin girlfriend. And the romance went on for about 2 weeks, and I totally told her, and then that was the downfall of the relationship. And so it took me 5 years to forgive myself. It took me about 5 years.
Mm. Well, and as long as you learn from those 5 years, then you know you're good. And you, just by me being with you, honestly, I can say that you've matured so much and you've been through so much. And then having me into your life and like having a few extra spices to change, to do a couple or a few changes that needs to be changed. It's like you even change more, which makes me even happier, and it makes your origin love even happier. I mean, even though she may not see it now, but when you do see her in person, sooner or later, she's gonna realize that you changed so much. So, and she's not gonna like regret or have this type of emotional pain or trauma that, yeah, he did this and this and that
Oh,
to
she
me.
forgave me so fast, and now she's
Yeah,
with a really handsome, super cute Hispanic boy, and they're
really.
living life, and I'm so happy for them. I
Good.
couldn't be happier. She's smiling so bright, and I know that like Hispanic boy is really taking care of her. She always
That's
had a thing
good.
for Latinos. I knew it was so funny. Both me and Kana settled for each other, but I always had a thing like I always had an aesthetic taste for more bodacious women, and she was very small, and she was very like petite and not really bodacious, but she did have a booty. I'm not gonna lie. But but the thing is like I had an appetite for much more like mature looking bodacious woman, and she had an appetite for Latino guys. She always did. And so it's funny because we both learned a lot with each other, separated, and then ended up finding the love of our lives. I found Jamie, and she found her Latino. So it really couldn't have ended any happier.
Right.
Really,
Which is great. That's a perfect story.
it really is a perfect story. I mean, I'm so happy about it, and we both ended up with like upgraded partners that are
Yeah,
more even more to our taste.
that's good.
Because what matters in this situation is taste and compatibility. Are they compatible with you? That's the most important part. The bonus is, are they your taste?
So if you choose a person who is compatible but not your taste, then don't sit there and try to work it out. If you yourself alone know that you're the type that's a very picky person. Don't
If
do
you
it.
are a picky person, you have to be patient. If you're picky, then love yourself enough to be patient. Don't shit on someone that you're compatible with, but you clearly feel more attractive than, and then you just shit on them all day.
That's true. That's true.
That's the worst. Let them be with someone around their own aesthetic, whatever.
Mhm.
Like I don't even rank anymore because to me it's all aesthetic, personal taste.
Right.
Like I know like honestly she's like close to like an 11 out of 10, and she thinks Seth Rogen is one of the hottest guys ever. Seth Rogen, the dude's a goofball, but she would like totally get down on him. You know what I mean? So like it's like crazy because it's like it's all about aesthetic taste.
Right.
Like she thinks he's cute as fuck, and I'm not gonna lie, he is pretty cute, but I don't think he's handsome. I want to get down on that. Like I get down on like Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Right.
I mean, like that guy's handsome. Like, ooh, spicy. But like, fucking like, nah, like Seth Rogen, nah, we can smoke bud together, but I'm not gonna suck your dick. Like, what? Like, now if it was Joseph Gordon-Levitt, it's like, let me put on some lip gloss. But
You're funny. You're funny. That is, we're not doing that. Anyway, so
uh,
moving right along with, well, going back into topic of detachment, um, don't be so needy as well.
yeah, yeah.
And it's important to
Well,
not.
no, Lee. Let's keep neediness and cleanliness for another personal episode. We
Ah,
should stay. We should stay focused, and so people can organize our episodes better.
so with
Because I know
okay.
we have a great free flow, but we should stay. We have a great free flow, but we should always stay on topic and relate everything back to detachment and attachment and loving detachment.
So okay,
We need
well,
to stay
go ahead,
focused.
Mister. Mister, you're the one that's talking now. Come on with it.
Okay, so basically, coming back to this main point because I definitely want to be respectful to our viewers. And we'll make another video about clinginess and neediness because that's a
Neediness.
whole nother
That's
video on its own. And then
yeah.
after that, we're gonna come at you guys with a video all about pedestaling. So y'all better get ready. We got lots of content coming up for y'all. But anyway, getting back to loving detachment and detachment attachment. So basically, like I said, when you're too attached to your partner, um, you will go through the 7 stages, like over and over, like depending on anything they do. Like you will go through those 7 stages of shock and denial, pain and guilt, anger and bargaining, depression, the upward turn, reconstruction and working through, acceptance and hope. And guess what? If you keep you guys will get exhausted and you guys will lose stamina. You can't keep doing that to each other. You guys will force each other to keep going through those loops. Oh, looks like we're right now. Are we back?
Yeah, we're back on.
Okay, so yeah, but yeah, basically, if you're very attached to your partner,
Back off.
you guys will cycle through multiple 7 stages of grief over and over, depending on the severity of conflict that goes on between you two. And that's what people don't realize. So that's why it's so important to be detached. And you literally have to just let go. And the way you let go of your partner is by creating a life of your own that is just as amazing without your partner. And that's the brutal truth. You must have a life that is as seductive and amazing all by itself without your partner. You must be able to hang out with company that is so interesting they make you forget about your partner. Like not only just like other people to date, but even friends. Like when you're with when you two are separate and you're with your friends, you shouldn't be thinking about your partner unless something important is going on. When you're with your friends, they should make you forget about your partner, so then when you're with your partner it's like fresh.
Now, Lee, I have a
You Lee?
question. So for you, because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some viewers that's gonna ask this type of question. The question is,
Not like
so
forget about betray. Definitely not that vain. But I
well,
mean
you, I
forget
mean,
about.
no, 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 not even that. I'm just saying, like, in this aspect of, what if someone was in the relationship and you have a dominant male or dominant female that says that they can't do this or they can't do that, and they'd be so controlling, and like, is that some form of like attachment? Like, how can
Yes,
they?
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Oh, that's a great question. Oh, that's juicy. Let's get straight into that. Perfect. All right. So, yes, people that are controlling are super hyper attached. That's what it really is. And if they are controlling with you, please come to us. Let us have a group discussion with you and your partner, and let us help your partner detach from their need. Here's the thing. If your partner is being controlling of you, I need to let you know a sad reality. You need to ask them a very difficult question that you may not like the answer of. The question is, are you in love with me? Oh, technical difficulties. I'm
Right.
not sure if we're recording.
um it's recording is just glitching in and out, like whenever you speak it just glitches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Now we're back. The
it's recording
question
now.
is, are you in love with me, or are you in love with your idea of me? Are you in love with the fantasy of me? Or are you in love with who I really am? That's what people need to be thinking about. That's what people need to be thinking about when their partner is over controlling. Because that means the reason why their partner is over controlling is because they're trying to make them conform to the idea they have of their partner. That's the only reason they're controlling. That is the only reason. And if anyone tells you anything else, they're lying. Yes or no, Lee? I need your double opinion on this.
Oh no,
Do you
you're
feel like I'm totally on the money right now,
no,
or do you
you
think I
are.
might be wrong?
No, you are. You're
Because I'm
totally
willing
right.
to, like,
Now you're glitching again.
Almighty Buddha. Like, I'll do it right now. All good hearts, mighty Jesus, mighty God, strike me down if that is not the reason. Why? Holy Mother of Creation did not strike me down. Jesus did not strike me down. Satan isn't trying to possess me. I'm still here. And I literally said some of the most arrogant words on the planet.
No,
People
but I
say
surely,
stuff like that,
yeah,
even
I
though
agree
just say
with you.
strike me down if I'm
Right,
wrong. A lot of
right,
people don't have the balls to say that, but I'll have the balls to say all good hearts strike me down if I am not speaking the truth right now.
right.
And I never get struck down, ladies and gentlemen,
No,
because I
but
speak
what
the truth.
Melly is saying is very, very true. And I have no disagreements on that. Um, that's why I had to ask because there's gonna be viewers that's gonna ask that question like, what if?
Very good question, Lee. You're like totally in the mind of the audience right now, and I love that.
Thank you. And so also, I my other question is um, what to do if like not what to do, but mm, it was in my head, but I'll think of it as soon as we discuss more of the detachment and attachment. So,
Sure,
what was the
it'll come
next?
up naturally.
Yeah. So, what's the
So
next thing that we're
basically,
talking about?
in order to, like I said, guys, the steps to detach from people. I know people love how tos and steps, so I'll give them all the way for free. How to detach. First, create a life that is just as amazing with or without your partner. So if your partner leaves, you still have great happiness and joy in your life and great contentment. Honestly, I'm good at night when I sleep. You want to know why? Because I got this guy, Pangu, my big homie. My big homie sleeps with me every night. I'm chilling. Thank you, Jamie. You got this for me. I still have him.
Uh,
But I still got Pengu, and I sleep well at night with Pengu. I just hug Pengu, and he's so soft and furry, and he's like so wonderful, and he's like the softest, cuddliest, nicest, like friendliest little guy on the planet. I go to sleep well. If you can't sleep without your partner, let this face tell you how I feel. If you can't sleep without your partner, you gotta be able to sleep without your partner, man. You can't be doing that shit. You're a fucking adult. You can't. You can't be doing that. You gotta train yourself to learn how to not be codependent on your partner. We'll have a whole about codependency. We'll tie in codependency, interdependence, and pedestaling because all those three topics are related. So the next episode we're gonna do, guys, is gonna be on um clinginess and neediness. Actually, no, clinginess, neediness, codependency, pedestaling, and interdependency. That all needs to be weaved together in one episode because those all go together. All of those things go together. They're all interwoven, even though those are five different things.
right.
Uh, um, we'll do that next episode, ladies and gentlemen. We'll cover that. But anyway, back on topic. Like I said, the most important thing, you will have to make a life that is great, that you love. The whole point is to make a life that is great, that you love, and then share it with the person.
Mhm.
If you can't even make a life you love, then why the fuck would anybody else would want to be in it? Why would anybody else want to be in your life if you don't even want to be in your life? That's what a lot of people don't realize.
Now, what happens if there's couples that just to what you said? What happens if they're both like that, Lee?
What do you mean?
What happens if both couples are like the way they are, like just always depending on each other, just um, just depending on each other to do A, B, and C, or X, Y, and Z, and just trying to, I don't know, do other things. Just basically in relation to what you said before when you was making a comment or a statement of, I keep forgetting, my head is like spinning. Sorry guys. Um, I forgot. It was right there at the tip of my tongue.
Was it something related to codependency?
Yes.
Well, what if anything, save it for that video because we
Well,
should
not
stay on
not
topic.
codependency. It was just something that you said, but it was right there. Anyway, I'll think of it during the while we still talk. It'll come out naturally. But
Okay, sure.
what else? There's something else that we should talk about. What else should people do when
When they need to learn how to detach.
yeah.
Okay, so meditation is going to help. Breathing is going to help. Um, so basically, people, the reason why they have trouble detaching is because they suffer from abandonment issues usually. If people don't suffer from abandonment issues, they can usually detach quite easily, and they're usually very healthy people. Um, People have to learn how to flicker. Flickering is very important, and I flicker with Lee all the time. I flicker in and out of her life, but because I flicker, she knows I come back, and she knows I'm coming back, and she knows I will come back again all the time. That's why flickering is so important. I flicker into her life 3 times a day. I hit her up like about once every 4 to 5 hours, like every day. And I flicker in her life so she feels a constant vibration of my presence. Do you guys know what's way better than 3 hour conversations? 5 minute text convos throughout the day, in
Mhm.
my opinion.
Mhm.
Like 5 minute text convos throughout the day is way better than 3 hours on the phone.
Right.
Or like even like a 10 minute convo, like every 2 hours, is gonna be better than like a whole hour.
Or not saying anything at all.
Or not saying anything at all. So flickering is very important, you guys, and flickering can help people detach. When you flicker your presence and you're there fully, and then you're gone fully, and then you're there fully, and they know, and you reassure them that you'll be back, and you'll always be, and that you're always there, you know. Um, we do. I can assist people to gain a level of intuitive communication, heart to heart, with their partner or partners, and it is possible to reach a level where um, you can literally like hear your partner's voice and generate it within your heart, and you can basically kind of like talk to your partner in your heart. And no, it's not schizophrenic. Like there are very healthy people out there that do this all the time, and they do it naturally. And I've just learned this and intuitively understood this, like kind of like heart, almost telepathy, with each other's like kind of like spirit. Um, it's there. It's like I can actually like talk to Lee in my heart, and she will give me very real answers.
Mm.
And so that's why it's like it's liberation from your partner dying, because I know even if Lee leaves, her voice will always be with me. And that's the most important part. All I have to do, if I really like, honestly, I'll be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. If Lee ever passed away, all I would have to do if I ever wanted to hang out with her is just really talk to her before I go to bed, and then trip into a dream and hang out with her in a dream. And I could literally hang out with her whenever I wanted. Like, and it's like, it's if you guys learn how to lucid dream, you will realize you're literally hanging out with their spirit. It's literally their spirit, because all of our spirits are connected in dream time. So it's like it doesn't matter if she passes away. I'll still be sad, of course, but it's like I won't be that sad, because it's like right when she's away, what people don't realize is after people pass away, their spiritual connection to you grows even stronger. because now they're full spirit and now they can always be with you every second. They actually can't be with you every second when they're in a body. But when they're in spirit, you can literally like your heart telepathy with them will be like even more activated, even more. And you'll just know that you're talking to them. And you'll know that, and they can make you feel like if you want a hug from them, they can like hug your body and you'll feel them hug your body. Like all of that, this isn't like weird bullshit. Like this happens when you have a very pure heart and you're sensitive and you're open. Everything is like vibrations and energy. So of course you can still feel your partner's consciousness even after they pass away and their vessel goes away. Like it's scientifically proven the body loses weight after it dies. How does it lose weight? Where does that what is that magical amount of like small weight that just disappears? What is that weight? Science can't explain that weight that disappears when you die. Proof of consciousness, proof of spirit. So it's like so we can guide you on these special bonuses that we don't even talk about in harmonic relationships. Like harmonic relationships is full of surprises.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's like liberation from death and fear of your partner dying and you never being able to talk to them. Check. Yeah, we can help you with that. That's a pretty big one.
Yeah.
And like I don't know anybody else that's really talking about how to help people do that.
Either.
So yeah, like come to us. We'll have a whole episode on that. But anyway, like I said, detachment. So talk to them in your heart. Work on your intuitive heart communication with your partner so you can talk to them in your heart so you don't have to talk to them in real life all the time and you can just talk to their spirit, and that will make you not have to talk to them nearly as much. So that'll make you way less clingy, way less needy. That'll make you way less attached. And then meditate a lot. Literally just let go of them. You have to let go. Whatever you love, you must let go. And if it really does love you, it will come back. But anyway, so basically, yeah. So now we're gonna move on to the final part of this live video. We just wanted to share with you guys what we understand about the concept of not actively loving detachment, but the concept of compassionate. Let's call it compassionate detachment. That makes it less confusing, right, Lee?
Yes.
Okay, so let's call it compassionate detachment from now on.
Okay.
Guys, what it's all about is compassionate detachment. When you detach from someone, it doesn't mean you don't care about them anymore. It doesn't mean you stop loving them. It doesn't mean you stop thinking about them, right?
Right.
What it really means is you have to just still you can still care. It's okay. Basically, I'm trying to like help people understand that you can still care, love, and think about someone without being attached to them. And what really, again, like I said, what helps you not be attached is if you have an amazing, fantastic, interesting life of your own. The whole, like I will say, Lee, we found the pillar. The fifth pillar is titillation.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. That pillar, without both being able to self titillate, it's over. So basically, yeah, um, compassionate detachment is basically you just meditate on it. It's kind of confusing at first, but you'll understand how to balance loving someone without being attached to them. But again, the cheat code to that is work on making your life amazing. That's really the only answer.
Now, I have a question that probably some of the audience will may ask. Um, how will they be able to see the signs of attachment, and how will they, yeah, how will they see the signs of attachment from their partner?
Okay, so signs of detachment. Let's see here. Definitely. Okay, so one attachment is you're gonna be aggressively controlling of your partner. That's always like a sign. If you're kind of more controlling of your partner than normal, you're becoming attached. If your partner hurt, like if if your partner if it's too easy for your partner to hurt your feelings like a little bit too much, you're becoming attached. Um, if you're reliant on your partner to feel a certain way, you're becoming attached. Those are pretty much the main ones.
What about if their partner becomes overly possessive?
Yeah, that's controlling.
Controlling?
Controlling and possessive is the same thing.
What about if they become, is it obsessive the same thing as well?
Obsessive is the same, not the similar. If you, that is attachment, total attachment. Is attachment gone out of control?
Lee? Oh, okay.
Yes.
You're back on. I was like
Yeah. So
glitching.
obsession is attachment going out of control.
Okay. Okay. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope we've really cleared about questions you might have had attachment and why it's so important to be detached. Coming up next on our next episode, we will be talking about interdependency, codependency, clinginess, neediness, and those great topics. Yeah. Do you have anything else? Do you have any more questions you might think the audience would be asking for us?
not that I can think of as of right now. It's just those main ones that I already have asked. And yeah, I think we're all good here.
Okay, great. This was a video. As always, ladies and gentlemen, Namah Shivaya. I see all of you as the true Godhead, as wonderful people. Thank you so much, female lead, me a wonderful day. This was an excellent live. It was great.
Yes. Thank you so much. And thank you, audiences, for watching. We would love to hear from you guys as soon as possible.
Okay, great.
All right.
Ciao.
Bye.